This is David Wildman and welcome to BTech. And welcome also to Sony Week. This week we're celebrating all things Sony with plenty of Sony content, and we have another giveaway. That's right, this month we'll be giving away a Sony XZ2, courtesy of our sponsors Direct Mobiles. As well as that, this week only Direct Mobiles have some great deals on all the latest Sony handsets. So if you're a bit of a Sony fan and you need a new handset, click the link in the description below to enter the competition. There's also a link there for special deals on the Direct Mobiles website. If you want a Sony, it's definitely worth a look. So what have I got today? Well, I thought I'd kick Sony Week off with a look at their formidable flagship, the XZ2. We're talking sweeping lines, Bravia screen technology, and an advanced stacked camera sensor brought in from Sony's Alpha division. Now, I've already done a comparison between the XZ1 and the XZ2. Check in the description for the link. And in that, I found the differences between this year's and last year's flagship were actually quite small, despite the wildly differing form factors. But the more time I spend with Sony's ambient flow design, the more I get it and see how all the subtle changes do make a nice improvement over the excellent XZ1. First, the design, the ambient flow. When I first saw the XZ2, I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't update the old omni-balance design language that blessed the XZ1. I know, I'm probably in a minority with that one, but I like the uniqueness of the boxy XZ1, as well as its practicality. By practicality I mean, of course, the fingerprint scanner falling perfectly underneath your finger on the XZ1, but it's also nice and slim for your pocket, and flat, so it will stay put when you place it down. Ambient flow tends to ambiently flow off any surface with even the slightest inclination. But it's a minor problem really. Get a case for it and the problem's solved, as is the problem of the fingerprint scanner being in the wrong place, because your finger will just slide into the hole that's cut into the case. Other than that, the design is bold and beautiful. I like the placement of the power button and the volume rocker. And it has that all important, for me at least, two-step dedicated camera button. It just makes it feel more like a camera when you're taking photos, rather than having to tap on the screen. And we need to talk about that jewel of a camera sensor. Sony's Exmore RS for mobile memory stack sensor is a rework of the physical architecture of the photoreceptors on a standard CMOS sensor. The typical way the sensor is laid out is flipped over on the Exmore, placing the photoreceptors at the top so more light can hit them, and rather than the wiring for each pixel being placed next to it, it's positioned underneath. This lets even more light through, as well as allowing for more megapixels without increasing the size of the sensor. It's just a great camera, and more of a joy to use because of that simple camera button. The memory on that stacked sensor allows for the XZ2 to record 1080p video at 960 frames per second, albeit for only 1/10 of a second. This translates to around about 3 seconds in slow motion video time. If you drop down to 720p, then you get twice the recording time. One thing that I thought was a bit of a gimmick at first was the PlayStation-like vibration feedback. And for watching video, it really is pointless. But for playing games and listening to music, I gotta say, I kinda like it. It does make a game that little bit more engaging. I know it really does seem like a gimmick, but I think there's something to it. And it's unique to the XZ2, which makes me think I'll miss it when I swap phones. The Full HD Plus HDR display is fantastic, making watching content or especially playing games a great experience. You just feel like you have a powerful device in your hand when you hold and use the XZ2. It took a while, but the ambient flow has won me over. Yeah, the fingerprint scanner's in the wrong place, but it works really well. And you gotta remember not to put it down on its back so it doesn't go for a walk. But those are really the only issues I have with this phone. It's a solid device, but it does make some concessions, like the missing headphone jack, and the fact that the front camera is only 5 megapixels. But these are minor things really, and definitely not deal breakers to me. So that's it from me. If you're feeling lucky, check the description below for our competition link to win a Sony XZ2. You'll also find a link down there for Direct Mobile's special deals that they're putting on for Sony Week. Direct Mobile's prices are good anyway, so when they're doing a promotion like Sony Week, the deals are amazing. So if you're in the market for a Sony, Definitely worth checking out that link. As usual, leave a like or a dislike, and I'll see you next time.